It's been a year since a man was killed during student protests in Braamfontein here in Johannesburg. Mthokozisi Ntumba was shot with rubber bullets while leaving a doctor's office. His death intensified calls for the ban on the use of rubber bullets by law enforcement. Slindelo Masikane filed this report.
Rebecca, this morning, students are...
It's the 10th of March 2021. Like every other year, students are on the streets protesting against financial exclusion and the exorbitant fees of accessing tertiary education. But this time, things took a turn for the worst. A man lost his life. At the time, it wasn't clear if he was a bystander or a student. It was later revealed that Mthokozisi Ntumba was a husband, a father, and an employee of the city of Tshwane. He was in Braamfontein to see a doctor when he was struck by a rubber bullet during clashes between police and students. Police Minister Bekele was at pains trying to explain the conduct of his officers.
Minister, how are you going to ensure that this doesn't happen again?
Well, really it would be folly for me to say you can put your head that is not happening again. We need to work towards that. For instance, there are many other elements to be followed, your Falam, the constitution, the better training and everything. So we must work towards the elimination of the thing. But to stand here, we have about 185,000 members of the South African police. So to say not one out of those people would be really folly to do that.
Police officers Tshepisho Kekana, Sidrus Mutsiatata, Madimeja Likhodi, and Victor Mohammed each face a single count of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. Their trial is underway in the High Court sitting in Johannesburg. One of the state's witnesses is a clerk from the clinic when Ntumba went to consult a doctor.
And then
after that, I saw that the deceased was lying down on the ground. Well, after I ran towards the deceased, I took everything which was of importance from him, and I also asked a security officer to keep an eye on him so that nobody could touch him. I ran back to my workplace and called the doctor.
Since Ntumba's death, the use of rubber bullets by police has been scrutinized.
What they did there, which is basically responding to an unarmed crowd of protesters, choosing to violently disperse them into Braam, what that did was basically put someone who was not even involved in the protests at great risk. And of course, whether someone's a bystander or whether they're an active protester, no one should expect to be killed by the police, especially in the course of a peaceful protest. Our position is that rubber bullets are inappropriate.
1 year later, and South Africans haven't forgotten Ntumba's violent death that could have been avoided. It's also a reminder of what's been described as increased levels of police brutality in the country. Whether this will ever be addressed remains to be seen. Slindelo Masikane, Johannesburg.